Hello, this session is for you if you have a tight or achy lower back. But if you are in pain or have an existing medical condition, it's best to consult with a medical professional before doing these exercises. You will need a band, a belt, or something similar towards the end of this session. So just have that close by, and then you can have a lie down. So lying down with your knees bent and your feet flat, and we're going to just step the feet out, maybe to the width of the mat, and rest the knees against each other. So you want the weight of one leg resting on the weight of the other. And just by doing that, we can often take a little pressure off the lower back. Just ease the shoulders down away from your ears. Make sure your head is in the center. And we'll just spend a little time here letting go of any tension that you may be holding on anywhere in the body. Quite often when the lower back is tight, it's amazing what other parts of our body try to kick in to help. You might be bringing your shoulders to your ears or tensing your jaw. You may be squeezing the bottom or contracting through the thighs. Just let that go. And just take some time to breathe. Now, if this feels particularly comfortable for you, you can come back to this at any point during the session, or if you would rather just stay here for a little longer, you can do that too. As we move on, we'll just wiggle the feet back in a little closer, so the knees come apart a little, and then hug your right knee into your chest. So you can hold the front of the shin, or you can hold to the back of the thigh. We draw that right knee in and release to the back of the right hip and into the lower back. And you can keep that knee there, but see if you can slide your left leg out along the floor. If it's not for your lower back, that's fine. You can keep the knee bent. Each time we hold a stretch, we need to just breathe, using each exhalation to let go, to let the body sink into the ground and release tension. Carefully bend the left knee in, place the foot down, place the right foot down, and we switch the legs over. So hugging that left leg in, holding on either front of the shin or back of the thigh, and see how that feels. If it's all okay, we slide that right leg out. Close your eyes, breathe, let go. Keep the left knee in, bend your right knee, and we're going to bring both knees into your chest. Now again, you can hold on wherever feels right for you. Now, as you hold this position, we're going to draw the knees in a little and then release away. Draw in a little and release away. Very gently. If you find drawing the knees in causes any kind of pain in the lower back, then I'd like you to stop and maybe go back to one knee or the other. But if you find that it's easing off the lower back, then we continue. Let's do that twice more through. And then place the feet to the floor. Have your feet together, your knees together, And very small movements. We're going to just rock the knees from side to side a little and allow your pelvis to rock from side to side again. So noticing how that feels. Think of it as a gentle massage for the lower back. But if it's not for you, go back to one of the earlier stretches, or maybe just make the range of movement a little smaller. Come back to center. Take the feet hip distance apart, and we're coming into our pelvic tilt. So we gently squeeze the bottom and tilt the pelvis up. So you press that lower back down into the mat, and then we come down to neutral. So keeping that going. So we're not lifting the back away from the floor, we're just lifting the tailbone. And just make sure that movement isn't affecting any other part of the body. So as you tilt the pelvis, it doesn't cause you to tip your head back or tense the shoulders. And you shouldn't feel lots of tension to the backs of the thighs. Let's do that once more. And then come back down. So the pelvis is lying flat, and you're going to take hold of this band, and we're going to take your right foot up into the band. So we're drawing the leg towards you, and we want to release to the back of the thigh. Quite often when your lower back is tight, your hamstrings are tight too. So go gently with this, ease the leg in. And then the same as we did with our single knee hug, you can keep the other leg bent, or you can slide it out flat. It's up to you. Just draw it in. Anytime you feel it release, come in a little more, but with no force. And then we bend the left knee in, place the foot flat, and we change the legs over. So right foot goes down, left foot up into the band, drawing the leg towards you. And again, find the stretch to the middle, so you can soften the knee a little. And if it's right for you, slide your right leg out, but all the time checking in with the back. Bring it in a little closer. Carefully bending the right knee, taking the band away, and just placing the feet to the floor, feet and knees together, and we go back to that side-to-side rocking. But if it feels okay, we can start to increase the range of movement. So maybe you can go a little bit further, not necessarily to the floor, and never using force, but just ease into it. Okay, and then we're going to come up onto our hands and knees. So just roll the knees to whichever side feels right for you, and rock over coming up onto your hands and knees. So you want your shoulders over your wrists. You want your hips over your knees. So we're looking ahead of you. And then from a flat back position, tuck the chin in and round the spine. And then carefully lifting the head and gently arching the back. Now, if either direction causes pain to the back, then don't go there. Maybe shorten the range of movement, or maybe just work in one direction. So you can stay with that, or if you're finding that lifting your head and arching your back is feeling okay, just flatten the back and lie down onto your tummy, and you're just going to rest on your elbows. So as if you were reading a book on the beach. That would be nice, wouldn't it? We drop the shoulders down, just feel you're pushing your tummy forward slightly, and we're taking a little bit of an arch through the lower back. And just hold it here, just for a few breaths. Think about the breathing, in through the nose and out through the nose. But if at any point this gets too much, you can either lie flat or come back to your hands and knees. And if you would like to hold this position for a little bit longer, that's fine. You can always do that. From here, lower down, take the hands under the shoulders, push up onto your hands and knees. We take the knees wider, and because we've been arching the back, we're just going to round the back. So sit the bottom back, bring the hands in, place one hand on top of the other, rest your forehead on your hands, and breathe. Trying to tuck the tailbone under, sink the hips a little lower, and allow that back to stretch. And then carefully lift the head, push up into the hands, and just bring yourself up to sitting. So I hope that's loosened things up a little. Might be quite a good idea to do that a couple of times over the next few days. Well done.